Well, welcome to episode 36 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, and what an epic, massive double game week we've just had. Absolutely movers and shakers that you would not have expected in the wildest nightmares and wildest dreams. And we'll be sharing a lot of Pookies and Banshees and a lot of Harry Potters and Wizards, the extremes of FPL, which ruins people and wrecks and ruins, and then it escalates people to a place in the sky where, never mind cloud 9, it's like cloud 19. So a lot of us have really been on the KdB or the Son Kane train, and there has been a lot of, it's just been chalk and cheese this game week 36. Black and white, no gray. You either killed it or you were absolutely wrecked on the beach from that gale force KdB or Hurricane Son. So first of all, I want to give you a quick roundup because we have game week commencing on Sunday. Saturday is the FA Cup. Tomorrow, I think it's game week. Game week is on Sunday. Let's have a quick check before. I think Monday night is the Arsenal game away to Newcastle. The ball is still in Arsenal's course. Granted, Spurs with that massive win. So that's the deadline is at 10:30 Sunday. So we have tomorrow off and we can enjoy the FA Cup and the whole shenanigans. So basically, what I want to get through is just some quick news on all the games that are occurring on. I know it's Sunday, it's Friday now, but I want to get this video out done and early so I can just chill out tomorrow. Wolves versus Norwich, there's no Sice, Podence, Kilman or Semedo. Norwich, no change except Sargent is still out injured. Newcastle versus Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have loads of problems at centre backs at the minute. They're looking to check on Gabriel's fitness and muscle problems. He might be rushed back. Painkillers. No Holding, of course. No Partey. No Tierney. Possibly White on the bench, of course. It's not ideal for Arsenal, but you don't back against Arsenal when the chips are down. Xhaka was a left back at the end of the Spurs game. So they have a centre-back problem. Newcastle, they haven't beaten Arsenal in 7 occasions. They've basically failed to score a goal, actually, I think anyway. But they've not scored in 7 in all competitions. And they may get Trippier and Callum Wilson back. There'll be a late fitness call on them too, which is a massive boost. But there's no Shelby, which is a blow, and no Willock, which is a blow. So they think that Joe Linton will pop back in midfield with the staff, flag staff or whatever you call them, two brothers. And Fernandez is out, but never mind. Bruno, the other Bruno, the namesake, he will be Bruno Guimaraes, maybe is it? He will be the danger man if playing. So next, Southampton and Liverpool. Okay, Fabinho is out. But the thing is, of course, Firmino's back. He had the sub appearance, and Livramento is out, of course, for Southampton. Not a lot there until we get further news. It's a later game week. Right, Spurs and Burnley. Spurs have 5 dudes not out. They're out, actually. They're out. No Skip, no Tanganga, no Doherty, no Reguilon, and no Romero for the rest of the season, the last 2 games. So they're out. So Davies and Sanchez will have to hold the forts. Spurs will probably play the 3 centre backs now for the rest of the season. Davies and Sanchez will pop in with Dyer and Davis. Of course, Emerson Royale has been killing it of recently. So that's about all at Spurs. Just the big news: Sanchez will definitely stay. Burnley, no Tarkowski. Cork is he's in training. Will he be back? Problem with Tarkowski is the hammy. So that's very 50-50. No Vidra, and me is out. He might be in training, but it's just all touch and go with Burnley centre backs. They have another centre back problem like Arsenal. Villa and Palace. Watkins not trained since on Tuesday. He's not been in training at all since Tuesday, but he could still play a part in the live talking with Villa manager Vieira. Jacob Ramsey will be back for Villa. Bailey is still out. Buendia is fine. Gitia is flagged for Palace. Man United have no game this week, so forget about that. I think they're dead-ended anyway. They're away to Palace last game, so a lot of people fancy Palace in all fairness. With Zaha now doubling this game week 37. Leeds, Brighton, no Ayling, no James, no Roberts, no Dallas. So there's an issue with Trossard down the left. He could exploit that right back position with no Ayling and no Dallas, of course. Ayling through suspension. Harrison. Yeah, Rafinha and Harrison are fine. Bamford is back in training. Brighton unchanged more or less. So Brighton have turned into some Potter ball passing machine of late, and now they're adding the goals to their dominance on the pitch. So look out, Leeds. It's going to get pretty rough. Watford, Everton, no Dennis or Ismail Assar. Knees, no Cuccio as well. I don't think, and Josh King, I don't think either. Fofana will be back for Leicester. So Watford versus Leicester, sorry, not Everton. Everton are at home to Brentford. Godfrey and Van de Beek are back, possibly. They could have a late fitness call. Holgate could be dropped. It could be affecting Godfrey being back there. And obviously Canos is back for Brentford. There's no Fabian Delph probably for the rest of the season now for Everton. West Ham and City will basically Antonio and Craig Dawson are back in training. They're okay. The Pep Roulette now, well, don't take me for granted. I'm only Joe Smo in regard to Pep Roulette, but this is where it lies. Pep's thoughts in defense are very, very, there's not much options there. There's no Diaz, no Walker, no Stones. Laporte has an impact injury that he could be back. He could be okay first. But Fernandinho has more of a muscle injury, so he might not be back. So that's a problem. It looks like Cancelo, Rodri, Akai, Zinchenko will be at the back with Sterling, KdB, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. Now, I don't know if Mahrez will play, but he's due a game, isn't he? And either Jesus or Foden up front. It could just be the false number 9 again. Who knows? Sterling up there and Foden flicking in somewhere in the back. I mean, the midfield probably where Sterling is. So it's a bit more easier to predict. So it's a shame for Diaz fans where he's gone off at halftime of that match. All right. Chelsea versus Leicester. Chelsea versus Leicester is next. Hudson-Odoi is out. Chobo's out. Kante might be back. So that's about all the rough breakdown of what's been going on. Not too much to worry about there. So let's carry on with the rest of the. I got a new video, and I've got another mock-up, and this time of Mo Salah and his NPC, non-player character posse, the masses, who just stick and thick Salah, and it's just like watching, where are my points? Where are my points? I want my points. I want my points. I have no points. What's going on? That's the story at the moment. I hate stick and thick captains. It's such a cop-out. It's less pressure, yeah. The Suarez season 2014, that was just so easy. And yes, Salah has been easy before. Stick and fix captain, oh, they're great, but takes a lot of the randomness and fun out of the whole game. So I think the best thing to do is to have a look at the video. Let's get to the video. Enjoy. Well, this is just our rough breakdown. It's the FPL top dogs, Ballyhaunis here in County Mayo. We have our own league going. I think it's getting more prestigious by the day. Hoping and praying for next year that we'll have up to 100. And we've had so much fun and crack and slagging and carry on and support as well. And looking after each other. But competition is very, very healthy competition. So yeah, the video is just absolutely, I've spent about 3 or 4 hours just messing, listening to the radio, listening to bits and pieces. And yeah, just a rough breakdown. Game 37, just beware: Villa, Burnley, Palace, Everton and Leicester all double. No United this week. Loads of people will be playing their free hits now. So us bench boosters from 36, we'll expect a bit of a blowback. But free hits can be pretty tricky, you know, like there's a lot of single game week players. People, look, it's up to them. 8 or 9 double gamers. That means you're going to have 3 Everton or 3 Villa. Okay, but I don't think any of them are prolific. And it is a tricky. It's a risk reward. It's a 50-50. It's a go or a bust. You know, when you do it that way, it's a, you know, I think I've only 5 or 6 doublers, maybe 5. Well, I'm very happy with that because the single game weekers, they're not all that bad. It's a really, I've been saying this all season. Some of these double game weeks have been really fool's gold, and people know this deep down. People get greedy. I tell you, you need to beware of greed. And I do believe in form. I believe in form players. I believe in the emotional aspect of it. You know, I mean, players, you know, that have been sent off and they're a bit downer, and I kind of lay off them. You know, I really smell where the wind is going. This is one of my best, you know, forays and characteristic of FPL. I can smell where the wind is going, and I take risks, calculated risk, just based on sometimes just gut. Stats just are designed to absolutely, you know, I just, you can get lost with stats. So yeah, the main thing about FPL, I always look at when you build a team, you look at it, who do I want? Have a look at the fixture. Oh, I feel good for them. Yeah, and before you know, you got 3 or 4, if you're lucky, 3 premium players. And before you, oh, I have him. And before you know, you're only really deciding over the bench. And that's the differential bit. And that's when you need to have dudes on the bench. Not so much fodder. I don't believe in fodder on the bench. Never. Every point counts. And you have to really be following the football week to week, as I do. And these players that come in, that, you know, that just, you know, brought into the team one game week, you're not watching the, you know, the smaller teams, so-called small, and you throw them on the bench before everybody else gets them. So I'm really happy. I've been on Zaha. I'll come into that, and Rick Carlson and a few others like Mikalenko very early, maybe a week or 2 earlier than everybody else is thinking about them, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, got the FA Cup final coming up with Liverpool and Chelsea. Right, I know both have 1 game week, so yeah, that's, I think it could be a little bit offsetted with the free hit this week, but So this is just a little mock-up. I've done a Salah with the Banshee. If any you've seen the film Darby O'Gill and the Little People, it's one with Sean Connery, who was only like about 26, 27, if at most, in that movie. It's about a leprechaun king. It's a brilliant movie, and this is the Banshee, the ghost, and that's the castle ruins there. And what I mean by the Banshee is that it is mythical female usually figure that lures people by the beautiful singing, and they're in a hypnotic state, and all of a sudden they're destroyed by the ghost. They're carried away off the cliff, and you get into a lulled sort of zombie sort of computerized state. And just, this, I think this is what's happened to people with Salah. It's just like there's no FPL team on earth that's that a player is bigger than the team. And I think that's where loads of people got lost this season, is that Mo has been bigger than the team. Listen, in hurling, football, whatever it is, soccer, any sport, there's no I in team. It never was. And I just think that with the massive amount of money, 13.3 million or whatever he is now, people have been just being a bit NPC-ic, which is a non-player character mode. It's those characters in Grand Theft Auto that are just walking around at random and talk chit-chat. These are computer algorithm. It's I don't mean to be so, like it's dehumanizing in a way, but it's just, for me, it's more of a comical way to explain the masses who just get trapped. And that Salah's been the massive trap. 3 goals and 3 assists. 2 goals against Man United in a 19-point haul. Take that haul away, it's 1 goal and 3 assists in 9 games, or 1 goal and 2 assists. Sorry, 1 goal and 2 assists in 9 games. That, there's no way you can cover that up and say I'm coming across loads of FPL podcasters whitewashing it, saying, oh well, he's this and that, he's a leading point. No, for the last 10 game weeks, he's gone off the boil since the African nations. So that's the carry on there. So I never really kind of had a case to bring him in after it. And when I did, I tried to cover him with Mane or whoever it was. So this is a little mock-up. Now, I'm not going to mention any names. Everybody knows who they are. I think it'd be wrong to say everybody's just done stick and fix Salah, but I know Andy from FPL, Let's Talk FPL. I know he's just been stick and fix Salah for nearly the whole season. He knows it, and he cannot whitewash it for much longer. He's got a great overall rank. Look, I could have been wrong. I took all the risks not having this guy. And it's starting to it's paid off massively. So it's just, it can be luck, but it could have been luck. It is what it is. Sorry if I'm calling out Andy there, but I watch a lot of Andy. I think he's brilliant, and I watch him every day, and he's very entertaining. But okay, there's no but. Salah crowded out. What I mean by that is that you got now Jota, you've got Firmino back, you've got what's his name again, Diaz, absolutely on fire. There's a case just to have a straight swap with Diaz. You save a fortune. I think if you've got Salah until now, well, you might as well. But there's no guarantees himself, and TAA will start Southampton away, which is devastating, especially depending on what happens in that FA Cup final on Saturday with Chelsea. Could there be 120 minutes? Look, I'm not sure. Liverpool are a bit strange mood at the moment, because people are kind of saying it's City to lose, and there's a lot of that narrative and propaganda, City propaganda, that's really saying, oh, it's over, Klopp's, and Klopp knows it. That's all you're hearing in the media, but I don't buy it. Still think Liverpool have done well to get where they're, the point against Tottenham and that amazing 1-1. Spurs done well. They've just managed to get over the line against Newcastle away 1-0, and they managed to squeak past Gerrard's Villa at 2-1. And I don't think Gerrard would. I think he, professionally, he would want to win, but he's not going to lose sleep about his beloved club. So I don't believe that has been the massive mistake for loads of FPL players this season, is to get into this mindset. I need to find a set and forget captain. For me, a lot of the fun is mixing it up, taking a chance, and actually managing. Managing your team. Not a massive punt, but calculated good stuff. So there you go. Sorry, Mo, but you are the subject of this week. So who's sorry now? Who's sorry now? Son is absolutely destroyed. Anyone who's not picked KdB, obviously this game week, or Son, they're absolutely, it's nearly too late now. There's very little recovery time. There's only 2 game weeks. And most of us now who have been on Son, we're already prepared for game week 37. I've got Dina, as I said in my last video, a little bit extra, 35. We've got Dina and Zaha in early, and they're not injured. They seem to be fine, hopefully. Touch wood. And there you go. So it is what it is. I have to call it out. This is the video where I have to, state this. It's not going to be happy viewing for a loss of those on Salah this game week, but this is part of the emotion of it, the ups and downs, swings and roundabouts. Here you go, Sonny, with the 20-point haul. We'll go on to KdB. FPL mess is rocked by KdB Quake, measuring 30 on the Richter scale, 12.0 mil compared to, now that's a straight suck, people. I don't know, my gut feeling is Salah probably, he's been rested already. He's come on as a sub. He rested for the Newcastle match. It's really strange. There's something going on. I don't know. Life without Salah. Can Liverpool fans imagine it? Because with this Diaz, wow. And Firmino will always do a job. He's not gone. And they've even got Divock Origi and Firmino. What's his name? Minamino. Is he still with the club? And Curtis Jones, and some amazing young players, phenomenal young players, and that goalkeeper for Ireland that they have. So yeah, this is KdB. Absolutely, congratulations to everyone who captained. This is mostly everyone who captained them this game week. We're all below the top, under the top 10, maybe 8 to 10 and below, because it was such a differential to get KdB. Will he start the last 2 games of the season? Who knows? I'd say so. I'd say so. I'd say he's fine with it. The hot shots for game week 36, 153. I've had 3 centuries this season. 145 and a 115 or whatever, but I've had 3 anyway. Delighted. I think it could be my highest score I've ever got. Thanks to Sonny. And an amazing bench. I'll come to it in a minute. Fergie, great guns. Walsh, phenomenal. Well done. At one stage, he's had KdB as his captain, and he just blown people away. And we thought, my God, 3 goals after 27 minutes. KdB, this could be 7 or 8. Well done to Wolves well done Wolves for holding on 5-1. I'll tell you, that was congrats. And to think that Wolves are sitting 8th, I think 7th or 8th in the Premier League. Shocking. And they're going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Jimenez, what? Wang, what? Neto is probably the only player I'd take out of that Wolves team. Anyway, Donald Silvermines, O'Brien, 145, terrific score. Jamesy Lyons, 137. Sniper Gilday, 136. Orla there, our only female contestant in the Christy Nicholson League, 132. Well done. Adrian Starman Phillips, 129. Looked really good for a while, and I've caught up on him. And Morgan, the Prodigy Lions, 128. So well done, guys. Phenomenal game week. There. What else have we got? Yeah, that's it. Joy's took over control now for the first time in 3 game weeks. So it's been a bit alternation between Stephen Stratford Nolan and the Commando. So I had a bit of a slag with Stephen Nolan that if he can possibly beat Joey, he takes the Commando moniker for himself if he wants it. I think that could be a thing for the champ, instead of, we call the champ the champion. for the Christy Nicholson, you get to be called the commando. Basically, the commando covers every angle and you can't beat him. It's that like MacGyver thing, master of everything, gets out of every situation. Slippery as a snake, or an eel. Sorry, slippery as a slippery as an eel. I don't mean to. No, and they're last year's winners, and things have not changed so far. Joey is coming through, and it could be a shout for the minor places. And they're the guys. So that's the video done. What else have we got on the radar? Yeah, let's go into the team. So generally very happy with the 153, 2355, flying it now, 111,000. A lot of you remember I was just hoping to finish top 200,000. Well, I don't want to give you that, Chris Tarrant. I don't want to take one. I want to be looking at, and I think I'm only 8 points off the top 100K. I can do that. But I think I'm going to lose a few points in this game week. Loads of people will have a lot more double gamers than myself. I'll need some of my singlers. I need Spurs to go epic again against Burnley at home, which, I'm not going to bet against my 3 Spurs boys, and have a chance at the top 4 with Arsenal there. And they just have to win the last 2 games, Newcastle and Everton. Simple. And their first time Champions League in 2015. Right, so Foster's been a big win-win. So this is my bench here. This is my true bench. So I say 10 points, 24 points, 30 points from my bench. That is really, really good hurling. That is proper hurling. That's proper Limerick stuff now. And that's not even Kilkenny. That's Limerick now. 30 points on the bench, you can. And especially, I love the double game weeks. And what people say, I hate the bench, but hey, they're absolutely crazy. I've got 153 points, It's what's going on? What's not to love? Because you got double game weeks. You could have a massive double game week, have the fun of a bench boost, and get all 15 doubling if you can. Obviously, you want to be very lucky to get all 15 doubling because there's always rotation between the 2 games. But look at this. Chalobah came on, even a bonus point, and he didn't start the last couple. So I kind of had an inkling he'd go again, but he's been transferred out along with Madison for Digne and Saha. It's just a guy. Yeah, Madison's come back and got that goodbye goal for me. Thank you. But goodbye. Done nothing for me. I have him in my son dream team, and I'm still going to keep him. I'll have faith in him in there. But in this, Zaha is just too. I just hope he plays both games. I have a funny feeling about hopefully, but Cancelo done well. Obviously, I think he did get an assist as well. But anyway, that's a healthy 14 points, and we have had a few. So a 9 and he's got a clean sheet and an assist, and he's got something else, probably another assist. So he's chipped away really well. Cancelo has just been one of the players of the season. He's just can depend on them for anything. And the guys have got a good return out of him, 28 compared to, I'm just happy with Son there. He's done the business again. Cumulatively 40 points there. And the last 35. I just want to refresh. What was that? 3. Oh yeah, I think he got the 2 goals and assist. Yeah, so it's just absolutely destroyed it. And there you go. Kane's chipped in with a couple of goals and done okay. Kulusevski blanked, but apart from the bench the other day when he came off there, 2 assists. Happy enough. Okay, Saka blanked, but Richarlison got a bit. Tony got an assist. So that's been absolutely not much more to say about that. Pick team. This is what I'm going with at the moment. I don't like the thought of Tony on the bench, but I'm going to back Rafinha. He was playing at fucking left. Sorry, excuse my language, but he was playing at left or right. It was probably right back for a time at Leeds. It's not going well with Leeds. The momentum is just stinking over Ellen Road. Will them fans find a way to do bright? It's nearly impossible to think how they can Brighton are so savvy, and they cut United they really cut them to ribbons, didn't they? So playing Veltman, I'm a bit worried about TA. I'm still not sure. I've been very underwhelmed about TA all season. People will look at his points and say, "Oh, you look at he scored the made." I just have a bad feel. I just have a bad, it's just not impressed me. He might get a haul, so that's all that worry. I'd rather have Cancelo than TA. So if I'm not going to play TA and I'm worried about the FA Cup and I'm playing on again, Southampton, which they think Southampton should be cut to ribbons, but Southampton, they have a record of beating Liverpool 1-0, and they've all week to prepare for Liverpool now, and Liverpool have an FA Cup, and who knows what sort of mood they'll be in if they lose or whatever. And if City win their game, when do Liverpool play? City play West Ham. So if they beat West Ham and then Liverpool, what have they got to play for? They could end up winning no cups apart from that Carabao, and that would just be an annus horribilis, really, the potential of that team, and it will frank it's really tried the best team up with City, but it's just could be one of them seasons for them. Still loads to play for though. Rambling a bit. So Richarlison, will I captain or Zaha? I'll probably stick with Richarlison with the 2 home games. You just never know. That I'm back in the Goodison crowd. People have gone on Gordon. I'm just so happy I didn't go for that Gordon trap. Costs nothing. He's a facilitator, but that's it. He shouldn't be playing. He got a goal, bits and pieces now and again, but no consistency. Mikalenko has been just a godsend. That was call of the season for me at the minute. Massive call, got him in, scored that goal, and he's still getting clean sheets. Schmeichel. So this is, I'm happy enough. The single game weekers, I think they'll do well, and if one of them doubles, Villa, Schmeichel and Leicester, end up drawing with Watford, or there's a draw, Chelsea, or sorry, Villa, and a 0-0 draw or 1-1 draws, they destroy. This the worst result in FPL is a 1-1. Nobody gets anything. No clean sheets. Points spread all over the place. There you go. That's another point about Liverpool. That's a problem with Salah. The points are spread over everything. They could be anywhere. Mane, Jota, Salah chip in, TA, Robinson. It's just all over the place. And even Jordan Henderson will chip in with something. So I'm the single game weekers against Burnley. Look, they could be the party poopers, Burnley, and then Spurs will have nothing to play for against Norwich, and then I'll be in a world of pain. Who knows? Maybe it'll only be Son, and Son going for the golden boot. He wasn't very pleased at being hauled off after 20 odd minutes to go by Conte. He had a strop. He wants to get the golden boot, but what can you do? He's got 2 games now to do it. Burnley and Norwich away, so it's down to him. And maybe Arsenal wouldn't have coughed up anymore. I think 3-0, I'm happy enough. I'm ecstatic. Mightn't be for long though. After it would be Spursy if we jack it in now, but it should have been in the bag ages ago. This top 4 for Tottenham, they've just thrown away so many points, and I think Arsenal and Tottenham are much of a muchness. The only catch is that we probably have one or Son and Kane are just the difference up front, where Arsenal's young midfield, it's tough. It's a tough long season, and with more experience they'll be 10 times better. So there's so I just have to think of Tony is a penalty taker. Will I throw him in against Saka? But then everybody's got Saka, and if he goes ballistic, then I'm in trouble. So that's the fear game with Saka. Saka is kind of my Salah. If I had Salah, Foster's been a phenomenal, great points, man of the match, great saves, 14 game points. I have a terrific bench. It's not much. This is where the money's spread around a bit, but that's the crack. So what's the latest in the Christy Nicholson Pub league here in the town of Ballyhaunis and the hinterlands and around? Joey Neenan, he got in with Carlson, and he from Mateta and Foden and Saka. So he's got rid of Foden. He's given up on Foden. I never considered Foden probably all season to get in. Maybe once early on, but I sniff for the wind. It was just, to me, it was all about just having that one city. Cancelo was just, I'm just happy I got Cancelo in that wild card, and I had him in the free hits, which was essential. But they spread the points around, and I don't think, I don't even think KdB is essential now for the last two. If I got there's too much tomfoolery in my team anyway. But for your team, if it's Salah, there's a couple of transfers in there. I don't think would Joy. I just don't think Joy and his position, he would get rid of Salah at this stage. He's had him since the get-go, and what happens if he hauls, and what happens if he does destroy Southampton with a Hattie. So yeah, so James come up trumps for him. This is all points all over the shop here. Coutinho in there. Coutinho may start. He's just signed a new contract for Aston Villa. I think it's a 3-year contract, 140,000 a week. He's took an 80% pay cut. From Bayern or wherever he came from. Watkins, okay. He seems that he will be okay. But then again, you don't know. He's over Carlson. Yeah, Gordon's in there. Pookie's just done nothing. That's a waste. A lot of money on the bench. Cash will come in for Joey. It's going to be okay. He's going to do well. It's neither going to flatline for him or it's going to go berserk. No Spurs players. I think it's a massive. Listen, that's the call. That's everybody's to walk their own line here. Everyone's team. If you get lost with your decisions, and start doing, not having a clear reason or path for a rhyme or reason for getting in a player, and you're kind of going more short term, trendy transfers, and before you know it, a few weeks of doing that, a month or two goes by, and you don't really know where your team is. What am I doing? Where am I going? Why am I him? What am I doing with that? Form, as they say, is temporary, but class is permanent. But I do go with the form. I always have a wild card form for a dude like Mikalenko or someone like that to pop in. A lot of people have been in Kulusevski earlier than me, granted. Stevie Nolan, 26 points down. It's not all over for Stevie here. Still three, well, basically a double game week, and that game week where everybody's got an easy one and getting 38. Liverpool away, home to Wolves, and Spurs away to Norwich. So everyone's got a nice game. Arsenal, Everton could be tricky, but depending on what Everton do, I think Everton could be fine, but it's down to Leeds, Brighton. So there's Stevie Gordon's in there. White mightn't start, but he might. That bench looks very weak. That's good. Everything on his first 11s is fine. Weghorst is just. Has Joey got Weghorst as well? No, he's got red. There's a bit of surgery to do there for Stevie Stress. He's just got Coutinho. Okay, Gordon's a doubler. Wow, not many doublers in that team there. Got Madison. Okay, fair enough. So is that Madison the captain shout? I wouldn't trust Coutinho, but then he can have a punt on Coutinho. But Buendia is okay. He's in training. There could be rotation. Ings could be rotated. I think there's just 4 there fitting in 3 places at Villa, which is very, I hate that situation. So yeah, Steve will have to have a look at that and see what best way. It's really can't take his eye off the ball with Salah. I can't believe I'm third. This is crazy. This is totally crazy. Like 46 points down from Joey. think at one stage was nearly 160 points down, touching 200. Wow. Yeah, the momentum is coming. Yeah, the guru is there. 153. Happy enough. 46. Am I thinking about winning this thing? There's a lot to play. There's a lot to play for. I'm well endowed with Everton. I'm happy enough. 2 home games to come. Okay, I'm going all in the Spurs. Anything else? No, I'm very, very happy with what's going on there. Very happy. I'm in the right place with probably every right player, and I've covered KdB a lot. Somehow it's a team effort. Yeah, let's have a look at them. Adrian Phillips, 49 minutes already in this video. Help me. I want it shorter this time, guys, if you're bearing with me. Ado's done very, very well. 129 points, 125 net after his -4. Martinelli's came up trumps finally for him. Gordon's okay for the doubler. Yeah, Mount is a good call, especially in the Sun Dream team, but he's got his bench boost, so he's done very well. He got his 17, 23, possibly 23 there on the bench, which is very, very good. Anything over 20, that's what you want. It's been a good bench boost. I like Tony. I like his last game of the season. I'm keeping him, and he'll be playing in my game week 38. Holgate, just be aware of that. Godfrey, bit of news. Cody's come well. Yeah, he's hit a few really good nuggets there with Foster. Foster now with Leicester next at home. Who's to say they can get another clean sheet like they did against Everton? Ramsdale has just been very underwhelming this season, especially the last 10 or so games. Just keeps conceding and throwing some in. Yeah, see, this is the culmination of all the decisions, the last 36 game weeks, and vision and where we're going. And there's Kane on the bench, so a lot of decisions for Starman. What to do about Son and KdB? Who can be that captain that can? But I'm not so sure there's many better captains than either Zaha or Carlson this game week. Yeah, so unfortunately now for the Guinness Guru, Conor Hussey, absolute 61 is devastating. Shocking. It's just mind-blowingly shocking. Conor's really put everything into this season, and it just all turns. Joey's still able reeks out a 119 with a Salah captain. Imagine if he just put that on anybody else apart from Salah. But it's like a tale of two sides of town. You know, the upper town and the lower town, and my God, above it is poor old Connor in the downtown. He's really good. He's really downtown this game week. Okay, the 2 City there. Jesus maybe got in thinking that he'll keep the form up there with all those goals he scored recently. For this next game week, okay, he's got a few doublers. He can just going to have to probably do something to mix it up. Or the Spurs have just killed him, a lot like Ado as well. The Sun, all the non-Sunites, they've just been crucified in this last month. And it's just a feel about FPL. Oh, I'm going to go with Son and keep it. And when he blanked against Brentford, still kept the faith, and the faith can be rewarded. And then you can see blind faith as well can be rewarded to the negative extreme. What do they call, negative? Yeah, so Kieran Kiely up in the top for a long time, but just still hanging around. He's got support around 6th place. He's touched a bit lower than that and a lot higher than that, but he's alternating up and down, and his averages in a very good position. One of the players of the season. He's just kept on the ball all the time. Yeah, Kane. I don't think even Kane to Jesus was probably a massive call for Conor anyway. For Fana, Laporte, that was a good decision there. Yeah, Holgate was a great decision there for Adrian Phillips. Great. There you go. This is what it's all about. Kieran Kiely, he's Saka and Kane. He uses Kane to get the De Bruyne money, and he's got Richarlison now for this for the double game with 36 and 37. So that's intelligence, mate. He's on it. He's on it. And this is what it's all about. Proper players here in the Christy Nick. And that team looks lovely to me. Just beware of Dennis. Latest is not good with Dennis. I think he's out. But keep an eye on updates. Don't take my word for it. A lot can happen in the next 2 days. Good stuff. Fabianski doing well there. Great clean sheet. West Ham rocking and rolling. Havertz is Havertz. Look, I rather Mount, but has to be something there. It's a personal decision for himself. Fergie, that's the big star that captain De Bruyne there. The 4 goals, absolutely was in dreamland there. 27 minutes gone. Salah again, fine. This is bravery. He's gone against Salah, and there you go. That's his reward. Of course, you know, Spurs, I'm surprised they got that. They've done so well against Liverpool, and Fergie's intuition was right there about De Bruyne. And he's had him for a while, and he's been collecting. And his comeback of late, he was dropping 8, 9. His comeback now, he's really stabilized things. 147, maximum snooker, and he's fighting back tooth and nail. And it wasn't so long ago he's leading for most of all the half season up to game week 18. And then we saw on his graph. Realistically for Fergie, 50 points is fine. 50 points is fine. It can be made up in one game week, as you can see with myself. Yeah, Sean Gilday, he's been very busy. He really rolled it. And sometimes that's the difference when you really roll it and you push. Some people do the small point gain transfer a Havertz to get a Tony who gets 5 points, Havertz gets 1 point, and that's a win-win. But my God, the Sean Gilday, he pushed it, and he's not taking his overall rank for what it is, mate. He's seeing it through, and he's got De Bruyne in. He financed it, getting Kane, Havertz, and Sanchez. Brilliant stuff. Great picks. He's took his -8, and he's got a lovely 128. I think I have him down as 136 in the hot dogs. I'm sorry, the top dogs. Okay, the hot shots. So he really got a 128. Okay, that's my fault, but still, he's up there. He would be on the board anyway. So Richarlison for this game week, phenomenal. And De Bruyne, he didn't really kill it in his double game week 36. Everton haven't been scoring massive amount of goals, so I'm worried about that. Captain and Richarlison, I'm just hoping maybe at home they can do something more. Gray will step up and assist a bit more. Havertz, I think, is a good move, amazing move. That's foresight, and he's back in the game. Back in the game, top 50. You know, I'm talking 50 points. There's only 2 game weeks left, so 50 will be a maximum that you can kind of claw back if you have the best of runs. So that's where I get the 50 from. So good luck, Sean. Have a quick look at your team. Come up to the hour now. Dewsbury Hall finally. Well, I don't think he got that assist. You know, that was deflected for Vardy, I think. Vardy's opener. Pickford good. Alonso's back in the good books at Tuchel. All's good there. Dyer, good call. Low cost defender, getting points. Laporte, phenomenal. Kulusevski is a stick and fix starter, in my opinion. Salah now has become a luxury player, proper luxury now. If you have him to last 10, if you have him like even since the United when it was amazing, but everybody kind of expected to say, oh, he's going to rip up United. And that was it then. It's hard to kind of get rid of him then after that United 19-point hauler, because the 4 games before and the 5 games after, you're waiting for that haul. 4 game, it's not been great. He's been ticking about with 2s and 5s and 6s. Then he gets the haul, and then you say, oh, I stick it in. Oh, it's so frustrating, that psychology of it. Sometimes you have to make a decision in FPL, a massive game changing, and this is like, it's not just like a fork in the road. It's basically like a U-turn in the road when you decide to get rid of a player like Salah. But for me, the convenience, get rid of the AFCON, and I never found a way. Always think of your team first and what's beneficial for that, and give a player a chance. You got him in for a reason. Stick and see. So yeah, not much more to talk. Something to come off the bench for Sean anyway. Morgan, our 9th place dude, and he's captained De Bruyne. I see a lot of the guys that kind of had all these De Bruyne nights. They've made proper differential decisions so they can make some gains, definitely in their overall, maybe not so much in the shakedown of the Christy Nicholson places. Who knows? Can't write off Kieran Kiely there, along and joined 6th with Fergie Great Gun as well. You can't write these two to get a minor places and a trophy. The rest is pretty difficult. The rest is just to keep in the top 10 and get your cap. The Memento Romero. Okay, Romero unfortunately will be out for the season, so he'll have to change that. Morgan, unlucky there. Ederson, fine. You'll get your clean sheet bonuses there. Romero is in. Emerson Royal, very good shout. Very good shout there. So a bit to do for Morgie. And the Oracle just clinging on to the top 10. 6 points. He has, he loves FPL. It's just absolutely not clicked. And this can happen if FPL. Can happen to any of us. Last year I've been miffed off with that 230 odd thousand finish, not happy with it at all. And you kind of trail off, and nothing what you do kind of pays off. And it can be a season like that. So yeah, Salah, just what can you do? Salah, double game week, a 74, kind of devastating. Werner, I just never trusted Werner. I've always felt that Werner was a trap. Last season, he was a massive trap all the way through. And then he scores a few, gets a run in the team, and then he goes cold again. It's absolutely frustrating player. Martinelli's done nothing up for a few games apart from that. 7 points. Okay, Kula's blanked, but Saka's blanked for the Oracle. So, yep, bits to do for Oracle. Can he keep on to that top 10? Finished 5th last year. And John Halpin on the coattails, and very, it's all pretty condensed after that. David McNamara 12th. Tony O'Brien 16th. Great score. Have a quick look at Donny. Of course, he's capped De Bruyne. I don't know what Havertz is doing in that team, is along with the others. Cucho, I think, is out injured now. Scherer is out injured. A few. Whether he might be pushed back, I don't know. It's a possibility. He could still be able to play. He's 50-50. Matt Tip has been a good call for Silver Mines. James finally does something, but it's not enough to make up those last 5 blanks he's had. Mendy, okay. So that's about it. And then muchness now, the guys down below. So that's the roundup done. The standings in the King of the Travellers. Well, what's happened this game week? Massive scores. Jerry Freely's got off to, he's beaten the average. The average was 79. But I think for the green, I think think of the FPL. That's the football fallout. Yeah, what's the latest? I think it's about 107 points you needed to get, so you wouldn't get a red arrow. That was called the safety in live FPL. So yeah, Richarlison's gone up. Everybody wants him. De Bruyne's gone up to 12 now, and Che Adams is out. Werner's out. Rodriguez, I think he's out, injured. Wilf has gone up as well, so not so much changes. Unlucky for Diaz owners who got injured. Yeah, I was quite lucky that I got in my Wilf, Zaha, and Diaz in last Tuesday. Took the risk to get rid of Chalobah and Madison, so that I was just on the board. I had 0-0 in money. If I didn't do it back Tuesday, well, look at me now. It would be 6.9 for Zaha. So I was determined. I want Zaha in my team. There's no two ways about it. That's called a bullen. When you have a bullen for a player, I'm having it, right? Connor has been defeated by the Crane Meister. Absolutely, he's been rip roaring it. So he has for the last few weeks, throwing it and killing it. I think don't know if he bet me. Maybe got a draw. Well, I think that's a massive. He was leading it, wasn't he? In double points, or it was all square. I thought with Kieran Kiely, but Kieran's back in the game unless he is. What's he done? Oh, I bet Dazza Duffy by triple scores, nearly quadruple scores. Whoopie doo! Can I get an extra point for that? 3 points. Marky done by Andy Cunyon. Shane done by Joey Fats. Yeah, Sean Gilday takes out the snowman. Yeah, he must be up top somewhere. Yeah, Kieran Kiely, yeah, he beat Stephen Carney, so he must be coming back, is he? Yeah, he's leading 84 points to Conor Hussey's 81, so that was a decisive defeat there to Crane from Boyle Sports. See, he's got all Spurs. He must have captained one of them. Possibly Kane, I think it was. Stephen Stretch, 75. So that's about it. It still can change. 2 more game weeks, 6 more points to fight. So if Kieran loses 1 and Connor wins is 2, then he'll win it on points difference. He's got the highest points. So it's not all done there. Kieran still needs to get, I think he needs to get 2 wins really to be sure of it. Or a win and a draw, and he'd be fine. So Kieran Long Dog Kiely could have his first trophy of FPL Top Dogs. But Connor is still in the game on that front, and also to get a placing in Top Dogs, Christy Nicholson. So that's the good news. Is that about it? Oh, pick team. Got no more transfers. I don't think I'm going to push. You see, the thing is, I've got I kind of try to back my defenders like Mikalenko, and that's Brentford won't score and ruin a clean sheet. Whereas I have no Liverpool player, and if he does play against Southampton, I might just be able to latch on to some Liverpool points. So it would be dangerous to have him on the bench. I'll see what happens tomorrow in the FA Cup, folks. See what sort of Liverpool turns up. If they win it, then it probably odds on that Salah and TA will start. Who knows? It's just see if they all come through the match safe. I don't have any subs, so I'm taking a bit of a risk there with obviously TA. You know, I don't have any. I got no Chelsea player, so I'm not really worried too much, and I think I can just chill out for the next 2 game weeks. I know what I'm doing. I don't have much to do. Happy enough that I didn't take any massive hits. I really toned down on the hits. This was a tactic to not take any hits. These are the hits column here. 8, 4, 8, 8 in game week 30. But after game week 30, I've stopped the hits massively. I didn't take my customary minus 24 that I did last year, so that's another 20 points to me. So yeah, that's a green arrow there. So they were small reds, but pretty good. 3, 4, 4 back in game week 28, 3, 6, 3 back in game week 30, and ever since 30, it's just been one way ticket to ride, wasn't it? 272 was the last 2 game weeks have just been mental. to be nearly 282,000 in game week 34, and then 194k in one game week when you score 80 points. That's nearly double. Well, it's not double, but it's 1.5 times better in rank. I've gained nearly just under 85,000 in one game week there with an 80. And the 153 gains me another 80. So that's nearly 200,000 done in 2 game weeks. That's mad. That's just totally insane. And I'll take it. And I'm just going to kind of stressless. Hopefully a stressless last 2 game weeks, guys. Looking forward to the end of the season. I'm really hoping that I can end this thing. Well, top 100k, of course. I'm only 8 points from it. I might lose a bit of track with the free hits this game week. I think it probably will go back a bit to maybe 150. But the last game week with Tottenham doing well, it could get back into around 111. So I would take a 111 finish if possible. A top 80k, 85k maybe. I'll take it. It'll be on the record then. And I think this year will be a success overall. And when you look at the amount of points, like 2-3-5-5, that's what I have now with a double game week and a game week to come. 2-3-3-5, is it? 2-2-3-5-5. Well, I have that's what more points than I've had last year when I finished 6th in the Christy Nick. And then more points 2 years when I won the thing with 2,300 points, and the follow. So every year you can see there's been a if you get rid of the 2014 1,500 finish, okay, I've been every season my points have got better and better, more or less. They've been up, and now it's going to be mega up here. Go way past. So where is FPL going? I think basically people are more on it. We're more on the fixtures and we're getting more value and making better decisions. I've not made many mess ups in all of the season. So that's all I can say. About an hour and 15 minutes. Folks, best of luck whatever you're picking this season, for the rest of the season also, and for the game week that begins on Sunday morning, 10:30. God bless. Farewell. Take care. And Guru out.